Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, UK's premier business show where we feature business thought leaders, high achievers, and industry experts. Today's episode is brought to you by World Outsourcing Solutions Limited, a company that specializes in helping executive business owners with virtual assistant services and business growth systems. Here's your host.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Trevor Stockwell, and today my guest is business coach Jeanne Omlor. Jeanne, before I introduce you, what's the big takeaway that you're going to be sharing with our listeners today?
Well, I was thinking the biggest thing is how to shortcut scaling and getting more clients as soon as possible, like what to do that. Sounds
brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. We could all learn, I'm sure, and improve our strategies on that. So it's going to be really good. So for everybody that hasn't yet met Jeanne, she's working with coaches and consultants, has been for over 11 years, helping to scale them to multi-7-figure incomes. She's got a background in executive recruitment and also has been an actress and a filmmaker. Many talents. Most importantly, though, she helps people that want to help people. And I think that's what it's all about. That's what we definitely believe in. So here to tell us more and help us to scale our businesses, welcome, Jeanne. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, Trevor.
Great to have the opportunity to chat with you. Before we dig into some of the nitty-gritty of the scaling strategies and things like that, just share a little bit about your background. You're a lady of many talents. How did you get to sort of where you are now in the coaching realm?
Well, I started offline, like a lot of people, and for 8 years I was coaching people, getting my clients offline. So that was more like brick and mortars, and I'm also an executive leadership coach. And it was okay. You know, I was teaching people, and to people, it seemed successful, you know, getting to 100K years. But then I realized that I really wanted real big success. And that is when I got online 3 years ago. And then I started to solely concentrate on coaches and consultants and certain service providers. And that is when everything exploded. So now I'm a big advocate for online marketing because it really just a shortcut and fast track and takes a lot of unneeded pain, effort, and toiling away. Isn't that a good word? Toiling away, where people like, you know, you can do something and do the same amount of work and make way more money and serve more people and feel great about your business and get into that, you know, leadership, success, trained sort of like feeling. Or you can decide you're going to do the same amount of work, but the wrong things, or maybe not wrong, but less effective because that's how you've been doing them the whole time. So I'm here about, you know, trying to wake people up that it's not like you're not a saint because you're working more and making less. That doesn't make you a saint. It makes you someone that's doing more and working more and making less. That's all it makes you. It's just what it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like that. How do you help your clients then to cut through? I mean, I'm sure as we listen to you now, we're all going to suddenly get this better understanding of actually I can make, even if it's just a small adjustment here to what I do, which is going to have a knock-on effect and a long-term effect. So how do you help people sort of maybe identify the things that are taking up our time that's not as effective as they could be? Maybe let's start with that.
Okay, so sometimes it is, when I speak to people, sometimes I see people. I don't see dead people. I see people. And one of my things is I actually am the greatness extractor or the greatness catalyst. Sometimes people have such greatness in them and they don't even know it. And I'm seeing this. Now, sometimes everybody's different. So sometimes people are doing something and it just takes a tweak. And I know that that's a quick tweak. That's just not optimized. But then other people, most people, it's not just a tweak. There's the tweak to get what you're doing to work more effectively and to optimize that. But often it is that you're just not doing at all what you should be doing, like a whole marketing strategy. So it's not like it's always just a tweak. Sometimes it is a bunch of tweaks. Sometimes people are doing way too much. And it's that they're doing too many marketing avenues. And the tweak is that they've lost so much focus that none of it will work because they don't. So it's really not one answer.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. How do you help identify people then, or help people identify what's the one area that I need to improve the quickest? So we're talking about scaling a business quick. What would be the fundamental thing that they have to look at as a priority?
The first thing, there's certain things that have to be in place. And the first thing that has to happen is clarity. Okay. So if you're not clear on who you're serving, what you're offering, what the price is, there's no way you can be successful, because confusion doesn't sell. So if you're unclear, but you're still out there, and a lot of people do this, a lot of coaches do this. They're not clear, but they're not getting clear, but they're out there selling, and they might get a client or two because the client might know them. Okay. But if you're not positioning something with clarity, that this is what I'm doing, this is who I'm doing it for. And you get on a call with people, and then clarity on the call, this is what you're getting, and this is the price. You won't get clients, because confusion does not sell. That's the confusion never sells.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I'm talking to coaches, and they're even confused about like basic stuff. And I'm like, well, how are you going to convey clarity to a potential client when you are not even clear yourself? And what they're doing is they're trying to make the client do all the work for them, in the sense of, you figure out what I'm good at, and you figure out what I'm going to help you with. That's just unfair. And nobody wants to do that. They want you to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do for you. These are the results. And you sell the results. Okay. And there's also an issue, a lot of clients that think it's themselves, that what they're selling is themselves. I'm not selling myself. I'm selling the results of working with us. That's all. But when they make it about, well, I'm selling myself, well, really? So that person's, yes, of course you are buying into a certain coach because you like the personality, but it's not enough to say, well, I'm here, world, and I'm so amazing. So aren't you going to buy me? No, people want to know what's in it for them. They're going to make it a substantial investment. That surely we must understand they have to see what are the results going to be. And if you don't know what the results are, and how you're delivering those, and how much it costs, and how many sessions, and who exactly your avatar, your target market, then you're in trouble. So that's the first thing to get really sorted out.
Yeah, it's such a key thing. It's great that you shared that. A lot of the time we get in our own way because we try, like you say, we try and communicate something, and we're not clear enough that it's coming across as people need to hear it, isn't it? I think one of the pitfalls is you touched on, like the whole branding aspect about branding who we are or what we do. As long as it meets the needs of the person you're trying to serve, brilliant. If we've not got that far, that's the thing we need to adjust, isn't it? That's what I'm hearing you saying, through getting better clarity, which is, it's ironic in lots of ways, because from the coaching perspective, coaches can help others get clarity. That's one of the main aspects of why we're in coaching. So for us not to be clear enough ourselves, it's just not right, is it? It's not gonna, there's a misalignment there, which is never going to sort itself out. We have to be specific about it. So it's really good that you've brought that up.
Right. Well, you know, the thing is, you're just not going to get clients. That's the problem. If it's a business, the business is there to get clients. If you're not clear on what, it's like me going into the shop, and it's like, we're kind of going to sell you a banana. Well, is it a banana or a kind of banana? What's a kind of banana? Well, I want a banana. So is that a banana? We think it might be. Oh, okay. So you think it might be a banana. Okay, but I really want a banana. Is it a banana? Well, sort of. That's kind of what they're doing. It's like, you know, you're going to get me. Are you going to help me with my leadership? Well, I think I might be able to, but we're also going to do this and this. Okay, because I kind of want help with my leadership. Is that what you do? Well, no, we're also doing this, this, and this. So do you get it? What I'm saying? It's like coaches need to get confidence in what they're selling. I am going to knock the socks off your leadership. Like, I don't know exactly what you offer, but if it's like, well, I'm going to help you with your mindset, then we're going to go into some leadership, and then I'm going to help you some lead generation, and then some business coaching and sales. That's not clear. That's not clear, unless it is that's your package and it's an organized package. That just seems like you're throwing stuff in there because you don't understand your own value, or you're not confident in your value. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Clear messaging. And I call that the dolphin call. So your dolphins, which are your target market, I'm a dolphin, you're a dolphin, because we're attracting ourselves, really, right? It's usually part of ourselves as our avatar for most coaches. Okay, so if I'm a dolphin, I got to learn to have a dolphin call that my avatar that are dolphins are going to hear me, because they're on a different frequency. So you have to have brand messaging, like the I help statement, I help XYZ leaders to get blah blah blah. So if you're not clear on what people are seeing on your social media, and they can't go, oh, there's a dolphin and I'm a dolphin, I'm hearing you, right? I call it the dolphin call, because you're only sending out a frequency to your target market that's also a dolphin. All the other people won't hear it, and it doesn't matter. When you're trying to send out a message where everybody's hearing it, nobody's hearing it. And their dolphins aren't hearing it either, because your target market. Not that I coach dolphins, but you know what I'm talking about. So is that a little clearer if I position it like that?
Yeah. I think that's really good. You've encapsulated it really well. Makes a lot more sense, I think. Hopefully people listening are actually, light bulb moments are going on for some maybe are further down the road, they're okay on that part, and we'll get to some of the strategies in a minute. But for others, it's just like, get out your own way, isn't it? Get clarity, be specific, maybe have less that you're offering to a more specific audience. Always a good place to start. So
that's sometimes the problem. It's not always. Sometimes it's just confusion, sometimes it's too much, sometimes just not knowing. Yeah.
So maybe building on that from a strategic perspective then, how can we lead our businesses in a way that makes it easier then to scale up? Once we're clear on who we're reaching, we've got the message, we're getting good success, but we know we can go further.
Okay, awesome. That was the next great question, because that's the next question. Okay, so you got this sorted. Okay, you know your avatar, you know your pricing, you're confident in that. It's like, yes, I can help people with that. Now you feel confident in the offer. You need confidence in that. Okay, so now you need to have a marketing avenue that produces a steady stream of leads. So you need a system in place that's going to get you enough lead generation, because here's the deal. Most businesses, their main problem is lead generation, for all businesses, not just coaches. So let's just talk about coaches. The coach's number one problem is lead generation, that you don't have enough people getting on your sales calls or wherever it is that they're buying from you. Okay, whether it's a click and buy, whatever. This is by far the biggest problem. So your goal is to solve your client poverty, I call it. Because people that don't have a steady stream of leads, and they don't have a system that they know they can go out and get clients with this system, it's never going to work. You're going to get a client here, a client there. You feel awful about yourself because your business is failing. You're not getting up in the morning and knowing exactly what you need to do to get an abundance of people that are going to talk with you. Now, once you have a system for a steady stream of leads, what happens in your business is you're so much more confident, because you know that one call you have is not your whole call for the week. And then there's enormous pressure on signing up that person on your end. And also, I feel sorry for that person on the other end of the call, because it's too much pressure for everybody. So what you want to do is you want to make it that this abundance, not poverty, but client wealth in the sense of leads. Client poverty is no leads or not enough. And that is what people struggle with. And when people don't have enough leads and they don't know how to do that, they start questioning a bunch of other stuff that actually was working. They question the offer, but actually it's not the offer sometimes. See, you don't have enough people that you're talking to. So that is the biggest issue to solve, is getting a steady stream of leads on a continual basis. Yeah,
that's really good. I know a fair few coaches just within my realm, and yes, that is a common trend that I'm hearing as well. So what would you say would be the best way to develop? 'Cause I guess strategies will be slightly different for different people based on what they're offering, their approach, their personality, all different factors go into that, I'm sure. How do you help people identify, maybe keeping the bits that are working, but getting sort of the process in place that actually this is going to fit who I am, who I'm reaching? What are some of the things? another big question, we're not going to cover it all here, but what would be maybe one practical thing people can start thinking about if they're in that position? It's like, I need to generate more leads, whatever the service is. What do they need to start to think about to sort of make some changes?
I'm going to make this so simple. So simple. Every coach has a business that can be successful on one platform or another. Okay, so I figured out all coaches can either be extremely successful on LinkedIn, might just be LinkedIn, or they might be able to have LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, or they might be able to just, be successful just on Facebook, or they might just be successful on Instagram. So what I work out for my clients is we know all three of those platforms, there's success for every single type of coach. Because like for executive coaching, you would be on LinkedIn, right? Yeah. LinkedIn's your baby. But some people who also do what you do, they could also be on Instagram. So we figure out where the platform is, where it's likely where most of your clients are. And that is what you go for. And you figure out, and I coach my clients on this, how to get clients from social media, because that is the gold mine. There's a multi-billion-dollar coaching industry that's growing and growing. Okay, now I'm myself at 2 million now. That happened in 3 years online. I did it purely through social media. I don't have a podcast. I did not write a book. I had no email marketing. Now I've started it again. And basically I thought, okay, what do I do? What do I do that's the minimum amount of things to do to get to $1 million? I got to $1 million, by the way, in 17 months. All I was doing was Facebook. And then after I got to like 50K months, then I integrated LinkedIn. Only 2, not LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, email marketing, ads, podcasts, books, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you focus on one thing and you do that really well, but you have to have somebody help you figure out what that one thing is. Okay. Yours is LinkedIn for sure. If you're a Maxwell certified leadership coach, right? Yeah. LinkedIn's your baby. So it's figuring out how to get clients for free on social media. Now, what people do is they go, okay, I'm going to do that. And they do a little bit of it. So I'm going to do a little bit of LinkedIn. It's not really working so well. So I'll keep that going, not working so well. A client maybe here and there. Okay, that's not working. So now it's not working because they didn't learn how to make it work properly. It's the 5 feet from the gold. So then they're like, okay, I'm going to start Instagram as well. So then they're split. Now they're doing some, and they might get one client like, oh, that's working kind of. So now they're doing 2 more work. So now they're split focus. Then they're like, I'm still not getting clients I need. I think I'm going to run a Facebook ads. Well, they're not going to work. We already know that. Okay. So now they're spending money on the Facebook ads and they're getting demoralized because it's a ton of money is being poured down a drain while they're sort of trying to do some organic. This is a common scenario. This is so common. And then they're like, oh, it's still not working. I'm so frustrated. And now I'm spending all this money. Oh, maybe I should have been on YouTube. So now I'm going to get all my videos and stick them on YouTube. It's only going to take me 10 minutes a day. Well, it takes more than 10 minutes because you're focused. And then it's like, oh, I heard that TikTok's really good. I'm going to go on TikTok now. And now they're going to go on TikTok badly because TikTok, you have to really do that properly. Okay. So now what do we have here? We have them splashed all over the place with a lot of little things that maybe are getting client here and there. And it's not a strategy. That's the problem. Yeah. So my thing is one thing, figure out what that one thing is, get it going really well. It's going, you're getting clients, you're really deep, and maybe you get some help with that. Then you integrate one other thing. So I'm not saying only to do one ever. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying see people out there. Like even if you looked at me, you'd say, well, Jeanne Omlor is at 2 million and she's doing Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And now I see she's on YouTube, right? And also she's doing some, she's doing some email marketing and oh, now she's doing SEO and now she's running Google ads. I didn't do it all at once. Yeah. I added one thing after another and I tested a bunch and I did one at a time.
Yeah, that is sound wisdom. That can save a lot of people listening a lot of time. Yeah, to some extent, I've learned that the hard way as well. And it really is, it's like with anything, isn't it? It's to be kind of laser focused on one activity, find gold in that, keep it going, build on it, expand it as you can. And then whilst that's kind of ticking over, then start to look for other avenues where you can sort of grow. I like one of the phrases you've got is you help create a forest fire of influence.
Right.
And I'm guessing it'd be good to sort of dig into that in a minute. I'm guessing is that based on the strategy of you find a really good place to start with, and then you use that as the base to expand from? Is that what you mean?
Yes, because this is the deal. What people always do, and I'm going to just generalize, not everybody does this, but I've spoken to thousands of coaches at this point, okay, and many business people apart from coaches.
Yeah.
What works is making what you're doing work, meaning you're putting all this energy into a platform. That's where the forest fire of influence is. It's not separate. It's not, okay, I'm on LinkedIn and now I'm going to go hire a marketing firm to get me a forest fire of influence. You're the forest fire. By doing something really well and learning that really well, then you learn about how the content works there and how you can get a forest fire influence on any platform. So this thing of, oh, I really need to be on YouTube. No, you don't. You don't really need to be anywhere. You need to be where you're getting clients, where you can create a forest fire of influence. Then you move that fire and it spreads to another one. So mine, again, I started on Facebook and I really got good at that. I was coaching people on that. I thought, oh, I really want to add LinkedIn now because there's a lot of people that want to work with me. And I really got to understand that platform and also get clients myself. I extended my forest fire from Facebook because I was doing really well on Facebook, I still am. And then the fire spread, but I didn't let go of Facebook. I opened up because I had more space for that at that point. Then I was getting a little bit of help. All right. So then you get help. So that I'm not taking away, getting help. So you're not dropping a plate, you're letting the plate spin. And when it's fully spinning, you add another one, but that plate will not fall now. Now, what people are trying to do is they're trying to get 3 plates up at once, and a human being actually can't get 3 plates up at once. That's why those clowns do 1 at a time. It is impossible to get 2 up at the same time. It is literally impossible. Nobody can do it and that's a good analogy for business. Yeah. Is we're trying to do something that clowns can't do with the plates. So that's the forest fire. And then what happens? People see you on one platform, then they see you on another. It's like, oh, it's the same person. Okay. And then you're getting more confident and you're getting better at public speaking. And public speaking to me is merely posting a post on social media. That is public speaking because you're speaking publicly. Then maybe you start maybe you integrate now, then doing some lives or a LinkedIn live or Facebook. Then you're growing. What you're not trying to do it all at once. That is what's killing people. You can't do it all at once. I didn't do it all at once. I waited till I was at 50K months before I even did a Facebook Live. I didn't feel like doing it. I thought, this is working. I'm working. I didn't feel like putting makeup on and doing the Facebook Live. I just want to work here. I'm making so much money. Then I waited. I thought, okay, now I'm ready. Now I want to do the Facebook Live. And I did a Facebook Live on Saturday, every Saturday almost for over 2.5 years. Okay. I recently let that go. And that was part of my forest fire influence. And now I don't want to do it anymore. I do other videos. So it's really about finding one thing, going deep and getting help with it. Getting help, getting coaching. I mean, I'm a big advocate for coaching because I coach and I also hire a lot of coaches. So it shouldn't be that painful is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it's painful, there's something wrong if it's painful.
Yeah.
It means you're clear on the process.
Yeah.
Right.
Really good. There's so much in what you've said. I think for people listening, definitely catch this episode again. Listen to some of it because it's good stuff. And you probably won't catch it all the first time to really grasp it and put it into practice. One of the things that's kind of coming out more clear to me as you're talking is it comes back. The fundamental is find out who you are and also how you want to express who you are. Because like you say, if we feel pressured that we have to be in lots of different accounts, sites, different channels because they're out there and available, if it's not authentic with who you are or where you are at that point, like you said, you were on Facebook, made it successful before you did a Facebook Live. So rather than think, oh, everyone's doing Facebook Lives, I need to be on Facebook Live. If you're not in that place or it's not the natural thing for you to take, there's a difference between not wanting to be stretched and staying in your comfort zone and actually starting something that you feel you have to do that isn't align with where you are, isn't it? That's the key aspect, which I think a lot of people will miss. And from if they hear what you're saying, hopefully it will make a lot more sense to them that actually I can be who I am, having that confidence of who I am, because I know I can help people, but also I'm going to communicate it in a way that's most authentic with who I am or where I am at this point in time.
Right. And the thing is, I think, a lot of what I do is also mindset. It's not strategy. It's not just strategy.
Yeah.
And if you could have any strategy, if you don't believe that it will work, it won't.
Yeah.
Now, actually might, because I've known people that have, have not wanted to do a strategy, and they've done the actual steps and it did work, even though they didn't believe it. But I'm saying that could happen, right? But generally, if you believe that you are worthy and ready right now of success, and you keep working on that belief, then when you do get a good strategy that comes your way, because a good coach comes your way and says, this works, then everything works, because we know the strategy is proven. And we also know you believe in yourself and you believe it will work. But I'm saying a lot of the time, anything might not work because you're just not believing anything will work. So I also believe if people believe that they're going to be a multi-million-dollar coach, almost any strategy will work. It will be harder because they'll be doing things, but it'll be harder because they'll be wasting time. But if they believe it enough, they'll just have to like power through. You don't want to do that though. You want to like make it as soon as possible and not waste time, because time is energy. And the longer things don't work, you can get demoralized. There's that as well. But my point is, I want to say things to the people listening are coaches and consultants. I just want to say you are worthy and ready right now of success. Right now, you don't have to wait. You might need help, but it's not like, people say, oh, when, in 3 years or in this. And I'm like, why wait? My thing is, if not now, when? Yeah. If you guys, people listening, are coaches or consultants, and you really have a big vision for your business, do it now. Find the help you need right now, because there will always be another excuse around the corner. And you're never going to have a time in your life where nothing is going on. Trust me on that one. None of us are ever going to have time in our lives where I just have 3 months where nothing at all is happening in my life. Never going to happen, right?
Yeah. So good. So good. How can people touch base? So if they want to kind of find out more, okay, you talk a lot of wisdom. I need your help. I want to learn a bit more about working with you.
I'm just on I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You can friend me. I'm on LinkedIn. There's a website, Jeanne Omlor. It's all my name. I make it so simple for people to reach out. Also, you might want to share. I'll put it in the chat here. Actually, you can share this with your clients, with listeners. This is just my reviews page. It just tells you more about like what my other clients are doing and the results. And that's also from my website. And there's a booking link on there if you want to, they want to make an appointment and chat with me.
Brilliant. Sounds good. It's a natural first step, isn't it? Have a conversation, see if it's a good fit, see where you are and how you can help them. You've been helping people for years, and you've made a lot of people successful. So you know what you're doing, and it's just for people to take action, isn't it, really? So brilliant.
Really, it's that simple, right?
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of the time we get in our own way, don't we? Like you say, we're always waiting for that time where we can have more time to do that. And it's like, that's just an excuse, really.
We all do that. And we do that with health. We do that with, I'm going to start getting, it's with everything. I'm going to start getting to bed early when. I'm going to start eating better when. I'm going to get more clients when. I'm going to believe in myself when. When, if not now, when, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. You speak a lot of wisdom, so I appreciate your time for sharing with our listeners and myself as well. I enjoy talking about all of this. I love sharpening myself as well, and just hearing from experts and thinking about how I can make a change as well, and how I can make the world a better place quicker and faster, right. Have a bigger influence.
Right.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
While you're making money, because it's all great to be visionaries. I'm a visionary. Okay. But there is zero shame in being a visionary that makes money. And I think that people get those mixed up all the time. It's not like you have to help people and not make money. And you're not a saint if you don't make money. There's nothing saintly about being broke. So there's this problem in the industry. Well, I only care about helping people. Really? Why? Why would you not care about helping people and making money from it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
The more money we make, the more we can help people. It's a good circle, isn't it? Yeah.
Also, you're helping your family when you make money. So I'm going to help my kids as well as my clients, right? So let's be real. And I think that being real is the first step. There's so much pretense out there about, oh no, I just want to help you. You don't want to make money? Well, it doesn't really matter to me. That's just rubbish. Of course I want to make money. It's a human need. So when we get clear on admitting what we want, then everything just explodes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for your time, Jeanne. I really appreciate it. It's been good. It's been a great episode. Always good to chat. Be good to chat some more as well at some point.
Sure.
But thank you for all you shared today. And for everybody listening, just as we wrap this up, remember, put one thing into action that you've heard today and go back, listen to it again. Think about it. Give yourself time to think about what's been shared. Where do you need to make some changes? What's the next step that you need to take to improve from where you are to where you want to go? Be clear about that and then take action. Definitely. We believe in you and we believe in your potential. So keep going, be proactive, and we will catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to Yeukai Business Show. We will be back to bring you more episodes with success stories and advice straight from the experts. Want more? Check out www.yukaibusinessshow.com. Get your free trial of our virtual assistant service today. Just visit www.worldoutsourcingsolutions.com. Quote WOS18 or send us an email at support@worldoutsourcingsolutions.com.